I messaged these guys that a new movie had come out. Me Time, Mark Wahlberg, Kevin Hart, a lighthearted comedy on Netflix. Should be really good. 2 actors we enjoy. Did we like it? Let's talk about it.
Now you say lighthearted comedy, but it actually says raunch comedy on the description.
Yeah, because there's poop. And there's vomit. And drinking.
There's not a lot of poop.
Rubbing a spatula on your genitals.
Yeah, but who doesn't?
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, they saw horrible bosses and said, hey, we can outdo that.
Yeah.
So, while there are some things in here that some people might not funny because it's childish, like...
Might not funny?
Like poop. Might not find funny.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, like rubbing utensils on genitals and stuff like that. Outside the pants. And inside the pants.
And inside the pants.
And anyway, you don't see stuff. It's not like you see nudity and swearing all the time and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so it's not... I mean, it's not for the kids to watch. It's like...
So, the story.
Young teen. Young teen.
The story is, a guy is obsessed with looking after the kids, and he's always on... Like,
and I could relate to that, because that's my life.
He's running the kids and stuff like this, and his wife, and he finally gets a chance to get away, because he doesn't want to become the crossing guard woman that's out there.
Midlife crisis.
That he thinks... So he goes off to visit his friend, who's having a birthday party, with a bunch of yuppies, hipsters and that kind of stuff, right?
Mark Wahlberg never grew up.
Mark Wahlberg. And this should have been, like, right up their alley. Like, Kevin Hart, the overworked father looking to celebrate. Mark Wahlberg, a party guy, in shape, good-looking guy for his age. Should have been a perfect match. Unfortunately, they forgot to actually write a script. And actually have anything other than sight gags in this thing. And Kevin Hart does Kevin Hart.
Okay, well, you have to explain, because...
Kevin Hart he's got like 2 levels. He yells, and then he yells louder.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, if you don't like Kevin Hart as an actor...
But I do. I usually find his stuff funny.
But he's becoming like Melissa McCarthy, where he's one shtick now.
Just one note.
And he riffs on for too long on the same humor. Like, that mountain lion scene just went on, it seemed to me, and I didn't laugh at all, hardly, like, anywhere in this. I laughed at one thing in this entire movie.
Oh?
That I watched it.
What was it?
And it wasn't Kevin Hart, and it wasn't Mark Wahlberg. I laughed at one thing, when his wife is giving him heck at the end of the movie, and she said, "And you let a rabbit poop in the bed?" I laughed my head off.
Okay.
Because it was not, I wasn't expecting it.
What about when Kevin Hart thought he was going to be home alone and the family comes back?
Didn't care. Didn't find it funny.
Okay.
All right.
I thought that was funny. I thought there were funny moments in this thing, and through the whole thing, I had a smile on my face. Because it was a good time. I liked...
It's a one-and-done movie,
It's an innocent time.
It's a movie
I'll say
you're
it's an
gonna watch,
innocent time.
Yes,
and then immediately forget.
Okay, well, Instant Family with Mark Wahlberg. Okay, that was a really good movie.
Yes.
And you're only going to watch it once.
Nope. I've watched it more than once. Because it's a fun movie. And it's an emotional movie, and it's a heartfelt movie. At no point in this movie did I feel any emotion.
Well, it's not. You're not supposed to in this movie.
I know, but in the other movie, there was emotion. There's the daughter, there's her trying to get her mother back, her mother disappointing. There's drama in that story. There's a real meaning to that story. This one had nothing let's go and party, and then that's it.
But Instant Family wasn't an all-out comedy. It was a drama, a dramedy.
But it's you tried to say it's a one and done.
It is a one and done.
Well, maybe for you, but it hasn't been for me. I've watched it many times.
Okay, I enjoyed this movie. I didn't think there was anything wrong with this movie, other than, like, every movie you can find, oh, well, that scene was kind of weird. But it didn't have a lot of that.
Listen, though, both of the actors... Okay, so you got Kevin Hart, who, like I said, he's got his one note. He's loud and louder. And then you've got Mark Wahlberg, who's got the high voice and is talking as if everything's a question and through the whole movie.
Yeah, but in this one, his character is the guy who is super supportive and positive, and everybody loves him because he has this
Energy,
core
yeah.
that is just pure goodness.
Sure.
Okay, and he succeeded. I felt that from him the whole movie.
See, I just didn't find it funny. That was my problem. This was supposed to be a comedy. I like Kevin Hart's movies.
As far as buddy comedies go, it's been done way better in a lot more movies.
Yeah, but just because they release a movie doesn't mean it has to be in the top 10 comedies of all time.
No,
Well,
but
make it good.
I was going you might have really enjoyed this. I was watching it and I kept on saying, okay, when's it going to end almost? Because I was not laughing, and that's a problem. It's a comedy and I wasn't laughing.
See, I think the problem is, honestly, that you two, both of you, have Kevin Hart fatigue.
No, not even.
I think that had colored you right from the very opening scene, and you said, oh, Kevin Hart's doing Kevin Hart. It kind of set your bar, and the movie was never able to reach what you wanted.
Listen. when there's a movie, okay, that is new, with actors like Kevin Hart and actors like Mark Wahlberg, I'm not looking for the lowest hanging fruit of jokes, and that's all this movie gave us. It was all sight gags.
Yes, it has an audience. It says right in it, Raunch comedy.
Okay, but give us some funny. Give us some funny. Not just
Give us some funny.
give us some funny. Not just, little
Be more good.
slapstick gags.
Okay, so if you like Kevin Hart and Mark Wahlberg, there's nothing wrong with them. They're still the same people.
Listen, I'm looking at shows like Ted, okay, with Mark Wahlberg. That was some funny stuff. This is not as funny as that.
So you're putting this movie up against Ted.
Yeah.
Ted was able to go all out raunch. This one didn't go all out raunch.
I know, but it's the kind of movie that
It had a swearing teddy bear.
you either go and do it, or you don't. And I find that you can't go halfway with it.
To me, this movie was about as equal as what's that one where they went down to Mexico on a vacation?
Vacation Friends?
Vacation Friends. Equal, and we all liked that one. This was equal to that in every way.
I don't think so. I enjoyed the other one. I found it more funnier. I enjoyed the characters more. Didn't enjoy the characters in this one that much.
Because of your Kevin Hart fatigue.
Well, what about Mark Wahlberg?
What about him?
Do I have Mark Wahlberg fatigue?
But see, Mark Wahlberg was not the main focus of the movie. He was a secondary focus. It was all about Kevin Hart.
Well, put it this way. What do you give the movie? Here we go.
I'd give it a 7.
6.
I'm around a 5. It's it was on Netflix and I watched it, and I didn't hate it. I didn't like it. So I'm right down the road.
Yeah, like
right
I didn't hate the movie.
It was just.
But I didn't find it as entertaining as I feel like a movie with names that big should be.
Yeah.
That's all.
It's like a movie to me. Anyway, but like I said, funniest line in the movie was other than the main characters I found. But there you go. 5, 6, 7. We're kind of split on this one. Paul liked it. Mr. Negativity liked
Loved
the
it.
movie.
Loved
A
it.
7 for me is not I love it. 7 for me is I had fun watching it.
Yes. And 5 for me means it's a movie. It's right down the middle. It's not great. It's not horrible. It's something on TV if there's nothing else to watch.
If I give something a 5, that would be a terrible thing.
Yes. Yeah. For me, 5 is I'm upset that I watched that.
Yeah.
See, 5 is the middle mark for me. 5.
An average movie is 5 for you?
No, it's I feel nothing about the movie. I was not swayed one way or the other. I watched it. I could care less.
If you get 50% on a test in school, that's not...
Yeah.
That's a fail.
Yeah.
Hey.
Aaaand.